The House of Representatives this morning reauthorized the controversial FISA law, and in doing so expanded the surveillance powers given to the Trump administration. The particular issue in which they expanded it the furthest has to do with the way that the FBI can do what are called Section 702 searches of records that have been collected by the NSA. Over the years, the FBI, some, including me, would say unconstitutionally, have been treating this database almost like Google. In fact, some FBI agents have referred to it as practically like doing a Google search. And then they kind of find backdoor ways to use the information that they gather unconstitutionally in criminal trials. What this would end up doing is legalizing some of that. And so it's been a common practice. It's something that civil libertarians, some judges have tried to push back on. This bill would kind of cement it in law. Now, if it's found unconstitutional, it could still be thrown out, but having the power of the law behind them would help dramatically. Now, you might find it surprising that at a time when everyone in Washington pretends that they believe that Donald Trump is unstable, is a threat to democracy, is vengeful, has no respect for the rule of law, and would use the powers at his disposal against his political enemies, that those same people that would say that would then go along with giving him more surveillance authority. Among those are House Speaker Nancy Pelosi today, and as well as dozens of Democrats. You can go to The Intercept and check out the precise vote totals. But without Democratic votes, the House of Representatives would not have been able to pass this, because there are enough kind of libertarian-ish Republicans that they would have defeated this. Now, Zoe Lofgren, a Democrat from California who represents Silicon Valley, who we've talked about here before, and Justin Amash, kind of a libertarian Republican, introduced an amendment that would have basically required the FBI to get warrants in almost all of these cases. That was defeated with, I believe, 55 or 58 Democrats voting against it. Again, if Democrats had gone for it, it would have passed. We now move over to the Senate, where this morning 69 senators, which means at least 18 Democrats, voted to move forward with the debate, which is usually an indication that the bill has momentum. Now, it could still be stopped as the public starts to pay attention and say, wait a minute, you're going to vote to expand the surveillance authorities available to President Donald Trump. That's what you're going to do. That's how you're going to spend your time. And it's possible that enough senators will be shamed into saying, no, actually, just last week we were talking about whether or not this man is mentally ill or not. So of course we're not going to expand his surveillance authorities. So we'll see over the next day or two as this debate unfolds. But I think without an outcry, I think it will go through. If the so-called resistance kicks into gear, then I think enough Democrats will say no. And for Democrats who are worried about these national security voters, if such a thing exists, it's not hard to say, I support allowing law enforcement and intelligence agencies to root out terrorist activity wherever they can find it, but I'm not about to give Donald Trump the power of an expanded power of mass surveillance.